way, but all of the offense coming together. How about that look? Oh, how does it not go in for Okonowa? Delaney Thomas able to track down the rebound, but it is Oregon ball, and they immediately call a timeout. Chance to advance the ball off the timeout. Coming into this NCAA tournament, they had won all 5 of their games that were decided by 2 points or less. The players were asked about that. They said absolutely, that gives them confidence in tight games like they had, going to overtime, getting the win against Vanderbilt in the first round. So the Ducks do advance it. They have made just 1 of their last 9 from the floor. Sophia Bell, a sophomore. Kelly curling off a screen. Deja Kelly pulls up. Short. Okonowa immediately calling the timeout, or she tried to. She was calling timeout. I think the other official saw that, yes.
Her back was to the official on the baseline.
So the timeout is given. That means the Blue Devils can advance the ball as we check in with the studio. Remember, one of the leaders for this Oregon team, Peyton Scott, on the bench, went out with injury, came back on crutches. It has been a lot of Philly Che. There is Scott watching from the bench.
For a game clock error. The game clock will be adjusted to 30.5. And Duke has advanced the ball.
She was calling that timeout right when she grabbed that rebound. And hey, that's good for Oregon. You want more time on the clock in this situation. They do have a foul to give, but I think you still, I always say this, Jen, in late game situations, go for the steal initially, then foul. Don't just foul. You got to at least try to cause some havoc at first.
As much as been talked about Duke's dominant defense, Oregon says, look, we are a team that prides itself on its defense, on its fight, on our grind. They showed that all throughout this season. We'll see what they can do here, down 5 with now 30.5 on the clock. Blue Devils get it into Jackson, who is their best free throw shooter. There is still one to give, so the next one will put the Blue Devils on the line. Duke as a team, 69% free throw shooting team coming into the tournament. Boy, that's a ton of contact, and it is on Duke and Delaney Thomas.
Oh,
Deja Kelly drawing the offensive foul, and that fouls Delaney Thomas out.
Wow. Deja Kelly selling that contact. Ooh. And Delaney Thomas ran right over her.
I mean, as a defender, you are allowed to that spot on the floor if you get there first, right?
And you can be moving to take a charge. That's a common misconception. What a play. What a heads up, veteran, 5th year. I'm Deja Kelly. I've played in this building many times type of play from Deja Kelly. And it's kind of a desperation move, right? You're trying to make the officials do something when that happens. You have nothing to lose if you're Oregon. That's a savvy play.
Kelly Graves said of his team's overtime win on Friday, we had winning plays. That is one he would put down as a winning play in the game. They took charges. They fouled Vanderbilt's players out. Che, 4 of 7 from the line today. Just a 61% free throw shooter on the season. Deja Kelly, 20 points in the game, back-to-back NCAA tournament games with 20 for Deja.
And Oregon is out of timeouts.
Muhammad. They want Falatea for 3. No! Che not even in the game at the moment for Oregon. Jump ball, Duke, possession. You surprised? Che on the bench? Or is it the free throws?
If Kelly Graves felt they needed a 3, which I didn't think they needed one yet, then obviously you don't have Che out there and you're worried about Duke fouling her. But yes, I am surprised, especially for offensive rebounding purposes.
And to your point, no timeouts remaining for Oregon at this point. Well, Deja Kelly made a play. Last time it looked like this for Duke. Jackson, the best free throw shooter on the Blue Devil team. They're going for the trap. They had her in the corner. They save it. But then Duke takes it right back. The Blue Devils tasting victory now. Time ticking away as Duke stares down a second consecutive Sweet 16.
Duke keeps trying to make it interesting with the way they're handling Oregon's pressure in this final minute. And Coach Lawson still locked in with her team. You obviously want Ashlyn Jackson at the free throw line. And Coach Lawson sprinting. Hey, get in there, De Jesus.
Player she trusts, Vanessa De Jesus, a graduate student who's had injuries, who came in with Kara Lawson, has been with her the whole time, and Kara Lawson has said how special that is. De Jesus, though, still on the bench, and Jackson a miss as reality starts to sink in for the Oregon Ducks.
In Oregon, no timeouts. They're just gonna have to take this ball, make or miss, and go.
It's gotta be a 3 now, you would think. They need points, they need them fast. Falatea has been their best three-point threat. Deja Kelly's been tremendous all game long. She tries the 3, despite a valiant effort from the former Tar Heel in the home of the Duke Blue Devils. The Oregon Ducks will be going home as Duke is hanging on now. 2 seconds, 6-point lead. Have had some massive performances in this tournament. Amore right there at the top of the list, the former Virginia Tech Hokie. Now with the Kentucky Wildcats, Sanaya Latson, also big game. Hidalgo and Notre Dame playing really well in their second round matchup today. And some smiles for the Blue Devils as they know it's coming. They had to stay composed. Oregon got it within 1 in this fourth quarter. But now the Duke Blue Devils are moving on. Back-to-back Sweet 16 appearances for Duke.
And Duke does it again, gets to another Sweet 16, but does it at home, which is big for them to advance on to the Sweet 16 with an incredible second half performance. And what a game from Oregon as well. Getting that win over Vanderbilt, moving on to this game, giving Duke every single thing they have.